Welcome, you're listening to 101katt4, the English Cat 4 channel. Today we'll have two poem and quote philosophers speaking about the poems and quotes they have chosen. Stay tuned.
Hello, my name is Cornelia, and this is my friend
Cornelius.
We are two highly intellectual
People.
Do you want to start, Cornelius?
Shall we not?
Yes, I think you should.
Well, okay then I will start reading my first quote. Weapons do not kill people. Weapons are produced in the purpose to make it possible for people to use them to kill people. That's a quote from the former President George W. Bush. Well, Cornelia, what do you think he means?
I think that what Bush means with that quote is that guns and other kind of weapons, such as knives and cats, wouldn't kill you if they just lay in your drawer. What do you think, Cornelius?
Well, I will say that he doesn't know what he's saying. I would like to say that George W. Bush was trying to say that guns do not kill people. Guns are produced in the purpose to make it possible for people to use them to kill people. And with that, I think he means that you can use guns to kill people, but they are produced in a purpose to make it possible for people to use them to kill people. So probably he's just trying to say that guns are produced to make it possible for people to use them to kill people.
So what you're saying is that guns are used to kill people?
Exactly.
Well, that's fantastic. I've never thought about it.
Well, I also think that he meant that guns are produced in purpose to make it possible for people to kill people, and in that purpose you should not use them to kill people, but you have the possibility to use them to kill people.
I totally agree with you.
You do?
No.
And now, commercials.
ね、札幌、小樽
Buy the next Sloth album, starring songs like My Entire Life and My Day with a Sloth, and Cindy is a big bag sloth.
I find this quote very interesting, and I can see the deeper meaning in it. It is a quote from Christina Aguilera. So, where's the Cannes Film Festival being held this year? What do you think about this quote, Cornelius?
Well, actually it's quite smart to ask where the Cannes Film Festival is being held this year, because it's obviously being held in Cannes, so I don't quite understand it. She seems to be a bit lost in her mind, or perhaps she's a cheese. What's she gonna do?
No, Cornelius. I don't think Christina Aguilera is a cheese.
You sure about that? Because I think I saw her last week and I'm quite sure she was a cheese.
Maybe she was a cheese doodle. I have always wondered where the Cannes Film Festival is being held. But now I know. It's in Cannes. Do you agree with me, Cornelia?
Well, I can't argue with that. And speaking of birds, my next quote is: a man cannot be at the same place at once unless he's a bird.
A bird can be at two places at the same time because it can fly and it can fly very fast.
So you mean it could be in the studio right now, but at the same time it could be in Thailand?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Do you know why we can't do that, Cornelia?
No, I don't know why, Cornelia.
Because we don't have wings. Unless we have been to KFC. Then we have some chicken wings. Then we can be at two places at the same time.
I like that quote. I like it very much indeed.
George W. Bush said this quote.
You teach a child to read, and he or her will be able to pass a literacy test.
What do you feel on the inside when you hear this, Cornelia?
I think it's quite true, because if you teach a child to read, it will pass the test. Obviously.
I disagree. If you teach a child, then it won't be able to pass a literacy test. Do you know why, Cornelia?
Well, I'm not quite sure, but if you teach a child to read, obviously it will pass the test. So I'm not quite sure what you mean by it can't read when it can read. So seriously, no, I don't agree with you. I disagree. But there's a dog food brand called Pedigree. What do you think about that?
I think the children will like Pedigree.
Yes, because if the children learn how to read, they will pass the test, and that's good, because in the third world, some of the children might not know how to read, and if you teach them how to read, they could teach some other child to read, so it's quite good.
Well, I disagree, Cornelia. I don't think we should learn children to read. Because if they can read,
Thank you for listening to us. I don't know what's gonna happen next. I'm going to jail. And Cornelia, well, let's say she's not here anymore. Thank you for listening to us. Tune in on 101katt4. English-speaking radio show, Cat 4.